Hey guys, what's going on? 6.1 notes, solving systems by graphing. And they haven't turned the heat back on for winter break, so it's kind of cold in here. That's the code. So once again, we're going to start doing this again. If you have any questions, don't understand, once again, forget anything, come in before school. You can watch it with me. Please do not stand in the doorway and say, I lost it, and then make me kick you out and then go get a tardy slip, okay? So this semester, we're going to be good about this. So 6.1, solving systems by graphing. Well, your first vocab word is systems. Oh, look at me. I can write. Systems of linear equations. So, systems of linear equations have two or more linear equations. So if you remember, I know it's been 2 weeks, but we got to remember things. When we finished up, with last semester, we were working on graphing. Those were called linear equations. Okay, remember, it forms a line. They're straight equations. So a system is just two or more. So we could have two, we could have a million, we just don't know. So problem one, solving a system of equation by using graphing. So what is the solution of the system? And then use these two things here. Well, our first one, obviously, is y equals x plus 2. So once again, just to recap, this is my y-intercept. See, this is why we recap. Y-intercept. And then my slope is 1 because there's no number in front of the x. So I start with my y-intercept. I go to my y-axis, and I go to 2, and I make a dot. Okay. Now, our slope is 1, which means up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And then let's see if I can draw a line. Line. Look at me. Oh, that's terrible. Look at me. Yay. Yay. Okay, so there's my line. Okay, so hopefully all that kind of comes back to you. Now we have to do the next one. So let me get back out of this messy thing. So y equals 3x minus 2. So y-intercept. And then my slope is 3. So we go to our y-intercept, which is negative 2. Make a dot. And our slope is up 3 over 1. Up 3 over 1. And so let me draw another line here. Now, if you look at your picture, there's something very obvious happening. And I need you to see that your answer is where they cross. Okay? So basically all we're doing, to simplify this in simplest terms as possible, we're taking these two equations and we're going to graph them both, and wherever they cross, that's our answer. So our answer for this one is going to be at 1, 2, at 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. So our answer is going to be at 2, 4. Okay? And that's all we have to do. Now notice how I wrote my answer. Notice I didn't just leave it over here and said, oh, he's smart enough to figure it out, because I'm not. Okay? Make sure to write your answer down. Okay? So as we scroll down here, once again, I just saw my face for the first time. I look ridiculous. My apologies. So, we have our two equations here. Notice also, we haven't talked about this yet. They need to be in the y equals mx plus b form, which these are. Okay, so my first one, I start with 4, so I go up to 4 and make a dot, and then my slope is up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And so then we can go here, and we can draw a line. And there's my first equation. And now we want to, let's change color. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's go with red. Christmas theme. My y-intercept is 2. My slope is 1, so up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Okay, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, and so forth. So we draw our line. See if I can get this to work. There we go. Okay. And bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So now, once again, we want to look for, hey, where do this thing work? We want to look for, hey, where do these two things cross? Well, look, it looks like they cross right here at negative 3, negative 1. Okay? And that's all we're doing. You guys know how to graph. Trust me, if you forgot how to graph, it'll come back to you. Okay? So that's all we're doing. We're just graphing and looking for where the points cross. Simple enough. You guys are you guys are smart people. Okay, so turn the page. Let's do this one in class. Okay? So just leave it. Don't cross it out. We'll go back to our alligator friends in class. All right, more vocab. And I just realized that I can actually just type in on this thing, which is super exciting. So, a system of equations, a system of equations that has at least one solution is called consistent. Huh?
Is it a little chilly?
Yeah, well, it's not bad, but I like to give them fun things when I'm making my videos, so they're all, yeah. So a system of equations that has at least one. Yeah, it was great. How was yours?
Yeah. Didn't do a whole lot.
I didn't either. I did nothing.
Ate, played around.
Yeah.
Kind of nice.
I know. I gained enough weight, though, dear Lord.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. A consistent system that is. Oh, dear Lord, I messed it up. Independent has exactly one solution. A consistent system that is, and you guessed it, dependent has infinitely many solutions. And then finally, a system that has no solution is called inconsistent. Okay? So once again, just to recap, and excuse me for the conversation, but a system of equation that has at least one solution is called consistent. A system of a consistent system that is independent has exactly one solution. A consistent system that is dependent has infinitely many solutions, and a system that has no solution is called inconsistent. Okay, that's just there just to help you guys kind of put words to what we're kind of talking about, not really life altering. Okay, finally, what is the solution of each system? Well, notice this is where we need to be aware. My first one says 2y minus x equals 2. Well, that's not in the right form. That's in the incorrect form. So we need to add x. So I have 2y equals x plus 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. So y equals 1/2 x plus 1. Okay, so if we graph this, we go up to 1, and I go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, and then my line looks something like that. Okay, but if you look here, and you look here, what do you notice about these two things? Well, they're obviously the same, right? Huh, ta-da! So, do I need to graph my other line? Well, sure, I can graph my other line. It's going to be the exact same line. It's going to be the exact same, which means it has infinitely many solutions. Uh-oh, the mouse is doing the thing where I've been on here for too long and it's getting tired. Okay? So, infinitely many solutions. That's the infinity sign, okay? Because, guys, every single point on these two lines is touching, which means they are always going to be the exact same. Okay? I want you guys to try B. And that looks like it's the end of the notes. So, in recapping, we are just graphing. Don't get all excited about anything. Okay? Once again, if you have questions on anything, circle it, put a question mark, we'll talk about it. We'll for sure do the alligator problem in class. Okay? But I want you guys to do this one on your own. Okay? Do B on your own. Okay? Yeah, I will see you on Friday.